YouTube, it's above average Cody, and I have some great news because 343 continues to listen to the community and is actually doing things the community wants. Now, what am I getting at here? We have an August update preview. There is actually a mid-season update coming on August 9th. So we'll be getting a mid-season update with not massive things being added, but things that are just like, hey, 343 is actually listening. I mean, a mid-season update alone is a big deal because obviously we've been plagued with really, really long seasons and really long stints of things not being added. And then when things are being added, it's not really things that make the community feel like they care about what we want. But not only do we now have shorter seasons, obviously, with a lot of content being added, but we're actually getting an update in the middle of the season, which is fantastic all on its own. I want to go over briefly what is in this. And first off, guys, it's a map. A new map. They just randomly announced that they are dropping Dredge into Halo Infinite's lineup, and it is inspired from Halo Reach's popular map Countdown. This forged homage is sure to make a lasting impression. Players can expect a new take on the scenery and refreshed gameplay flow, which we've seen mainly from all the maps being added is them kind of taking inspiration from the old map and then like swapping around the colorways, making it play a little bit differently because obviously with all the equipment and things like that in Halo Infinite, you have to adjust the sizing of the map generally. But this should be pretty cool, and you can do the Dredge 24/7 playlist. So not only are they kind of giving shout-outs to some of the most popular maps of all time, obviously they already did that in the Squad Battle playlist, but they're also taking other maps and making playlists specifically around the map, which I think is really cool. Frankly, I don't remember this map from Reach, at least not off this screenshot. I'm sure once I play it, it'll feel a little bit familiar because I did play a lot of Reach back in the day. Nothing competitive, just casual. But I'm excited to see it, and it's really cool to just get a map randomly dropped into the game. And not only that, they're like, surprise, there's an update coming next week with all this stuff, and I think that's actually really cool. And then community requests. You asked, we answered is literally the title of the next section. It's kind of just really basic quality of life improvements that they don't need to add, but is really cool that they're adding. First off, they're improving Pelican vehicle drops. Tell me in the comments how big of a deal this is because obviously I don't play enough game modes with the Pelican to kind of know if there's a big deal. I'm guessing it's along the lines of there weren't enough Pelicans. Yeah, after cracking open the code for Pelican vehicle deliveries, we found a few different systems that use specific markers that work together to deliver vehicles. I'm guessing there weren't many, and there's going to be more now. All you BTB players, fill me in down in the comments. I'll heart react the best explanation so that people can get a better explanation of the Pelican drops. But obviously, this was a highly requested thing since literally right at the top of the community request section. Next up, BTB fire team improvements. I did read into this. On BTB, when it showed the opening sequence, it showed just random Spartans, but now it will literally show your fire team. So on the opening screen, you don't have to look at randoms. You can literally look at the people you're loading into BTB with, which is just a nice little quality of life improvement that I feel like should have been there since the start, but it's the fact that they're doing it. It is the better late than never mentality, guys. You have to have that mentality with this game. Next up, the Extermination Medal. Very cool. Obviously, a big part of older Halos. There are not many feelings that can match the rewarding sensation of taking down an entire enemy team and hearing Steitzer say extermination. So basically, if you get the overkill and kill the entire enemy team, it'll say the overkill and then extermination. Obviously, all in Steitzer's voice, which is really huge. Again, just a really nice little thing that we could have lived without, but is such a nice little tip of the hat to classic Halo having this being added. And they show this little screenshot basically with the executing extermination, earned an overkill, and then the kill feed. Really dope, really nice. Excited to hear this. Hopefully I can get one early on so I'm able to hear it on my own screen and we can make a short out of it or something. Next up, this is really huge. The death cam improvements here. While this topic will be a little more niche, we saw post comments asking for improvements in this area. Reasoning for going with static death cams was to ensure a fair environment in which the team only gathered information that was earned. So basically they're saying the static death cam was an intentional, like, build in the game. They did not want the death cams to move. It always felt like they should have, personally, to me, which is probably relevant to this next line. We heard feedback around the static death cams when we went after it for this update. So starting next week, after you've fallen, you'll be able to rotate your death cam to look around while spectating teammates, much like in previous titles, which I think is really cool because, like I said, I felt like it should have been this way anyways, and my dog's just walking up right next to me. You guys can't see because I'm blocking the doorway. So yeah, it'll be really cool, and I think really advantageous, and it'll spice up the game a lot when you're able to move your death cam around. I don't know if this will be in ranked. I don't think it says anything specifically. Maybe I'm just blind. But I think it'll be really exciting if you can do it in ranked. It'll add a really interesting aspect, and it will actually make people check the death cams because, I mean, I only started doing it recently, but I know a lot of people don't do it, but this will make it really important. Additionally, to help make sure you can spectate your teammates even faster, they increased the speed you could cycle through players. That's kind of fire. I mean, I felt like I fly through it already, but sometimes it takes a little bit to load, so that's kind of fire that they actually care enough to improve something like this. Next up, the reactive water plane. Anywhere you place water, it will now actually react. It used to just be there for show, but now when you shoot it, you can see like the bullet marks go up and things like that. So just another nice little quality of life improvement. And then stuff with the folders and the forge menus. I'm not a big forger. I always wanted to get to it, but we just never really did. But now you can basically adjust the menus. Once again, leave a comment on this one, guys. How big of an improvement is this? I'm not a forger, so I can't really speak on it. But just another quality of life improvement there for the forgers in the community. Much like all of our updates, the focus of the August update was to continue addressing top community requests across the board. This is a really important update for us Halo Infinite fans. Again, guys, I'm not talking about these updates like players are coming back, like the masks are coming back. Basically, they're trying to just improve the quality of life for the people that are here. Me, you watching this video, I assume, if you still play. So it's really huge because they said for a long time that they were listening to community feedback. They're taking community feedback. We're working on community feedback. And we haven't really seen it. But this update, it feels like it is specifically directed for the community, for the players of the game, for people like me and you that are loyally just playing, and I'm really happy. This update is nothing but a W. If you're expecting updates to always have monster content, you should just be playing Call of Duty at this point. But for us Halo Infinite fans that have been here grinding the game, I'm really happy with this. This is definitely a W. I'm not saying the game is perfect now. I'm not saying it's amazing. I've actually had a lot of gripes with the service myself. I'm going to be doing a video probably soon complaining about it just because I don't want everybody to think that I'm Mr. Happy-Go-Lucky. Everything's perfect on this game. Definitely very much improved. We're on the way up, but still a lot of things I'd like to see, especially on the server aspect. But the content aspect, fantastic, much better. Love to see this update. Massive W. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I'm getting ahead of myself here, because I'm curious to hear all you Halo Infinite players, especially like the BTB ones. Like, how big of a deal is this? And then, are you happy with this August update? And frankly, I wasn't expecting anything, so to have a surprise mid-season update coming, massive W in my book, guys. But alrighty, subscribe to the channel. Tons of Halo content, stream 5 days a week, best Halo community on YouTube, in my opinion. I mean, I love it here. So hit that sub button, guys. Leave a like on the video. I already mentioned leave me a comment. Of course, guys, channel membership, super thanks for the support monetarily. Helps me out a lot as a creator, but please do not feel like you have to. But alrighty, guys, thank you so much for all the support. Thank you for all the love. Stay happy, stay healthy, and stay tuned for the next video.